Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm outside Goodison Park with Jacob. Jacob, we've just lost 2-0 against Everton. Yeah, one of the worst teams in the league. I think it's nothing short of a disgrace.
Mate, this striker, how did we concede? It was almost like a half volley to him. Our defence is so awful, it's honestly a joke. I mean, it does make sense considering, now I'm thinking about it, we brought so many new players in. Like, the more we're playing games, the more I'm like, we shouldn't have brought so many players in, honestly. And we blamed the manager, we blamed the players last season, we've done it before. We can do it again, and that's all good, but we actually got to look at the reality of the situation. And the reality of the situation is that it clearly hasn't worked, has it? We have spent loads of money, £1 billion, we bought so many quality players. You're telling me these players aren't good enough? We've got one of the best managers in the Prem who got to a Champions League final, did all right with Tottenham, and you're telling me with that we shouldn't be beating games like Everton. You're having a laugh. So, like, it's not the players, it's not the manager. I think it's because of the players haven't played together enough, to be honest. There's a couple of little things there. Obama did a couple of bits, but at the end of the day, it's not good enough. Rojo's good pressing, but at the end of the day, he's a striker and he's not putting the ball in the back of the net, so I'm still not greatly happy with his performance, but it's just really embarrassing. It's like, these boys should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm not meaning that as a dig against them, but I mean is they need to actually look at me. We have played awful. We have been absolutely dreadful. We need to step this up a level. But obviously, you talk about a process, but I mean, right, I understand the process, and I understand we might not be beating teams like City a lot of stuff. But we beat Tottenham 4-1 away. We've had a couple of good performances against City and Arsenal. So, against Everton, you're going on losing 2-0 away. Then that's just wrong, isn't it? I mean, what else?
I think you've hit quite a few really good points there, Jacob. But I mean, when you talk about the players and the manager not taking responsibility, but you think the issue is that they just haven't spent enough time together,
Yeah, but
is that...
There are no excuses to be losing to Everton, especially 2-0 away, conceding to like an 18-year-old striker that will probably end up in League One or Championship. Why are you conceding to him, though? Out of all their players, you're conceding to him. They got a couple of players, Everton, Beto, Calvert-Lewin, bit inconsistent, but we're conceding to who he conceded to at the end. That's what gets me. Like, the defence was just not organised. Brought Petrovic on, because I'm assuming Sanchez had a knock, didn't he?
I'm guessing that was the case.
But yeah, I think it was just football's depressing, isn't it? Like,
Only if you're a Chelsea fan at the moment. That's the reality of it.
Or if you're an Arsenal fan. But
oh, come off it. They're loving life. They're loving life. They're loving life in second place. I don't even know if they are second, actually. No, they're top. They're top. But they will be second. I think Man City will still catch them up. But I mean, when you talk about... Oh, the players are coming out. Go on, turn the camera over there. So we've got the Chelsea bus. Enzo Fernandez walking in shame. Shame on... Yeah, Enzo wasn't very good today.
The midfield, apart from the game he scored against Brighton, the midfield is it's like anonymous. Part of me is like, we might need a bit of older physicality in the midfield. But another part of me is like, don't buy anyone in January, do not buy anyone starting next season, do not get rid of Poch, just keep it the same for 2-3 years, and then if it don't work, then change it. And the reason I'm saying 2-3 years is because I think these do need to play together more.
How many results like this, how many losses like this will it take for you to change your mind on that? Because, you know, I was a guy who really backed Potter, but there becomes an end point when you can't defend any of the decisions.
I was actually backing Potter at first, but I was like, yeah, I don't want none of that. At the end of the day, I'm proper Chelsea. I've even got my celery here. I'll just show the camera here. I'm proper Chelsea. I've even got the celery here. I've got even more in my pocket. I'm proper Chelsea, and I do not like saying, yeah, just get rid of them. But at the end of the day, if someone's not good enough, you've got to get rid of them. And I think, give me a couple of months and I might have my mind changed. But
just defeats everything you've said, Jacob, about trusting the process.
Yeah, but a couple of months until I see wins. I'm not saying winning every week, but I'm saying get a couple of wins every now and again. Get a couple of key moments or get a couple of decent goals. Like, obviously, when I say trust the process, it don't mean they can just do whatever they want and can concede 4 goals a game, or concede 2 goals to Everton. But what I mean is it might take a bit longer. The thing is, as a die-hard Chelsea fan, I would go all the way to any single country to support my club. I've gone to Dortmund away and Madrid away. As that proper hardcore Chelsea fan, it just hurts my feelings. It feels like with all the effort we put into these, like spending the money. I mean, people that go to all these away games spend at least £2,000 a year, and that's just as a kid that has no clue about money at all. But yeah, it's just a bit depressing. Like, you can see, even when we conceded 1 goal, Chelsea fans were still loud, weren't we? We were still singing. Then when the second goal was just like, and just before it was just like, oh, depressing. And things, they can't blame us for that as well. It's just.
I mean, the players, only 3 of them came over to clap the fans. In the end, I think Badia Shield came over, Broha and Thiago Silva. So, you know, the halfway line.
But exactly. I want the players coming right to the edge of the pitch. I forgot what it's called.
I want them to come right up to us, soak it up. Like, do you remember when we lost 6-0 against Man City? Rudiger came up, had a conversation with fans. It's never going to be a pleasant interaction, but at least it shows that the players care.
Responsibility for their actions, because they should be absolutely disappointed with themselves. Apart from, Cole Palmer did a couple of things, but it's still not the type. Like, I saw Eden Hazard a couple of years ago, which I was only going to like home games and a couple away at that time. I was literally just going to Europa League at that time. But I just want someone that, when you think of Chelsea, you think of Hazard. Who do you think now of Chelsea? Someone that hasn't played for 20 years, Frank Lampard. Whether I want to be thinking of, although obviously Lampard's still a legend and you still want to think of him, you also want to think of someone who like is an icon but present, if you know what I mean. The only one that I could say maybe is Thiago Silva. I just want to say the defence is shocking today, honestly. Badiashile, a couple of things, but if it wasn't for Badiashile today, I don't know. I feel Cole Will was just awful. Like,
But he's been playing in a position that's not natural to him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you can go from playing an 8. You can go from expecting for a 7 out of 10 to go to a 5 out of 10, but not 3 out of 10. There's a difference. And plus, he can still tackle a ball. Like, there's some of the basics that even come into place. And I'm just like, really. And when I saw them Everton fans sing, I was thinking, fair enough. What am I going to say? What? I'm not. I saw them score, and fair enough, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it's not an achievement beating us as a club. We're just awful, really, aren't we?
I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and we were speaking about the Man United game, and I said, you know what, Ricky? I said, it sounds horrific to say this, but we've had a great run, and maybe it's just time for us to suffer a little bit. But I mean, how long is a little bit? Is that 2 years? Is it 5 years? Could be longer, mate. I mean, it's really tough times.
Because people call us mid-table man-dems for like 5 years. And that's what people call us. And is it wrong? Is it? Like, is it? It's not. And I was talking to Charlie briefly earlier, and he just seemed a bit deflated. And that's what our club is. It's just deflation. We're getting a couple of results every now and again, but we got a couple of wins under Potter. Dortmund, we won at home. And there was one after that. It was a couple of games in a row. We won, but one short run is not good enough. I expect this team to go to who we've got next. Literally completely forgot. Who we've got? Sheffield. Is it home or away? Sheffield home, and I expect to win because they're Sheffield United. I'm not saying I expect to win next game against Man City or Liverpool or some big team. I want to win against Sheffield United. But is that even going to happen? I feel nervous going to Luton Town away. Like, how am I going to have confidence for this team against Sheffield United? They're not the best team, but they've had runs before. They've won games before, and we have not got a winning mentality. And that's what we need. I think we're going to win a couple of games because we got really good players. We got Saicedo, Enzo, world-class players. But it's just football. I was blaming it on the referee, just my own satisfaction at this point. Referee was dreadful, but it's all the referee. But
Thank you very much, Jacob. Always a pleasure.